Hey everyone, so I'm going to go ahead and do the energy check-in for this week. What I want to say really quick, and I'm going to put this to bed. I'm gonna put it to bed. Most of you do know what's going on right now between myself and another reader. I'm letting it go. You know, one thing that I do try to always do is, take the feedback from the viewers. And, a lot of people feel like it is distracting. It takes away from, the messages that we are trying to give to the people, whether it's her and whether it's me. She has her way of delivering a message and I have my way of delivering a message. And all this bickering, all this pettiness is taking away from that. It's taking away from the people who really do want a message. And so, as of now, all I can say is that I'm done with it. Even if I continue to be a target, at this point, I'm just going to let it go. I'm here to, send out a message to people who are in three-party situations. I am a three-party reader. I'm not a two-party reader. And, a lot of people do struggle in that area. That is the type of reader that I am, and those are the types of people in the collective that I target. So if you are in a three-party situation, here's what I can tell you. I'm going to pull the cards. I will show you the cards. I show the cards so that you understand that, this is what Spirit is giving me. I don't break my decks. I shuffle my decks and I usually wait for flyers to fly out. Sometimes, it may take a little while. Sometimes the cards don't really want to speak, okay? So then I may have to, just kind of concentrate and wait for, Spirit to say, go ahead and draw, and I'll draw, from the top or whatever. But I don't break my decks, as most of you know. I don't like to break the energy. I feel like when you're shuffling, you're adding your question and you're adding your energy into it while you're shuffling. And so when people break their cards and they go like this, I feel like they break in the energy that they shuffled. So that's something that I don't do. All right. Again, I usually just wait for flyers, and I will show you the card, and I will explain the energies and what I'm feeling. So, I wanted to make that clear because, if at any point anybody feels like I'm manipulating the cards and that I'm, not being genuine, then, it's up for you to decide. But I'm going to do the very best that I can to make sure that you understand that in no way, shape, or form am I manipulating the cards that are being given to me by Spirit. I do feel like everybody does have a light side. Everybody does have a shadow side. And I feel like the twin flame journey is no different. There is a shadow side in the twin flame journey, especially with people in three-party situations, especially with people who are dealing with karmics. Not every karmic is bad, but then you do have your karmics who are. And sometimes Spirit will target one over the other. We'll also target a different set of twins as opposed to another, a different set of, three-party situations as opposed to another. When I pull the messages, it's basically for the group that Spirit wants to target that day. It's for who Spirit feels needs to hear the message the most. So it may resonate for your situation today and it may not. But every week, I feel like, there's every week there could be a different group, but at the same time, I do feel like in general, most three-party situations are usually the same. There are some differences, but not all of them. So it's up to you to decide. It's basically, what resonates for you and what doesn't. So take what does and then leave what doesn't. So let's go ahead and get started. I call upon my guides, guardian angels, and ancestors. Spirit, what is the current energy for today between divine masculine and divine feminine? What is the current energy for divine masculine and divine feminine? What is the current energy for today, or for this week, rather, should I say? What is the current energy? All right, so the first card that we have out is recognition. The second card we have out is the answer is no. And the third card we have is purge. Now, we had these two cards a couple of weeks ago. I had the answer was no, and purge actually confirmed that. So it might have to do with a bit of the same situation as that time. Summer. Recognition. All right, so, wow. So, again, we have recognition. The answer is no. Purge. We have summer, all right? We have awakening. We have admired. And we have fall. So, right off the bat, here's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like in the fall, because we have two time cards here. We have fall and we have summer. Here's what I feel. I feel like for a lot of you, something went down in the fall. Okay. This card can also really mean something like your birthdays are in the fall, or your connection started in the fall, or it may ended in the fall. So it might be something that's just personal to you. However, it could also be that, something big happened in the fall. The good thing is that we do have summer, all right? And summer's only, a few months away. So I feel like right off the bat, I do feel a cycle. I feel like a cycle from fall to summer may be ending, all right? Is really what I feel. Because we do have, the recognition, the answer is no, and purge. See, the answer is no in this purge a few weeks ago. So here's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like the answer was no a few weeks ago about the purging. Somebody was resisting the purging at that time, okay? But here's the thing. Because I'm also a reader who likes to consider the cards around it. I'm not just a one card reader, okay? Oh, the answer is no. No, I like to consider the cards around it. Here's what I'm seeing, all right? Where the answer was no because somebody was refusing to purge and to let go of, of some bad feelings or some energies that were no longer serving them. Because they were not purging it, the answer was no, they were not purging it. I feel like by the time summer comes around, that's going to change. That's where the recognition comes in. I feel like this person is actually starting to recognize that they were rejecting that purging, all right? Because the answer is no. The answer is no, they were not purging. They recognize that. And by the summertime, what I feel like is that, they will have, some type of awakening. It does not have to mean, awakening as far as, the big bang awakening, all right? This could be just part of the recognition. It could be a small awakening. It could just be awareness of some sort, okay? But it also can be awakening for the sake of awakening, okay? But what I do feel, like I said, is that the person who was, rejecting this purging has now recognized something. The reason why they recognized it is because, they understand that deep down inside, there's this admiration for you, okay? And part of that admiration is something that they feel like they have not been able to let go. They have not been able to let go of this admiration, right? So So that's how, they started to recognize that, you know what, I have been rejecting this purging, and, I need to start, I need to start doing this. I need to start letting go of this, of these feelings that I have. I want to say that back then it was somebody was not purging and they were going through a dark night of the soul. Okay, so here's what I feel like. I feel like from that point, where they were in that dark night of the soul a few weeks ago, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago, like maybe not the last energy check-in, but the check-in before that, where they were going through that dark night of the soul, they're coming out of it, okay? By the summertime, they're awakening out of that dark night of the soul, because that's when these two cards came out. We had shadow work, and we had the dark night of the soul come out when these two cards came out. So I feel like, again, it's a cycle. It's a cycle that maybe started in the fall, and by summertime, that cycle is going to end. They're coming out of that dark night of the soul. So let me see. Let me just pull, a couple more here just to see if I am on the right track. All right, if I am on the right track. All right, so look, we do have refocused. So yeah, this person has refocused. All right, this person has refocused where before they were numbing. They were numbing at that time, I want to say. They were in a dark night of the soul, and they were, doing some shadow work. They were depressed. The reason why they fell into that depression was because they did not purge like they were supposed to. They have refocused, okay? They're starting to refocus. They understand that, they were too numb. But here's the thing. Part of that numbing, part of that depression is what they're now purging, okay? What they weren't purging before, they're now purging it, okay? That's part of the refocus. So again, the reason why is because they understand that there's an admiration for you and there's a devotion for you. This is what's helping them in order to be able to now come full circle with that, get out of that dark night of the soul, refocus, and recognize that there is something to, the connection, okay? So this may not exactly be the same group that we talked about last week, but I'm certainly feeling it's the same group from 2 weeks ago, okay? Because, a lot of the same cards. So, this is basically a divine masculine who was, really depressed, who started doing some shadow work and, ended up getting depressed. They were numbing, they weren't purging from it, and so they fell into a dark night of the soul. The good thing is now they're coming out of that, okay? Now, I don't have dark night of the soul here, but because of how this is all coming together, right? In that reading, it was about, shadow work and dark night of the soul. Now we're having we're having a lot of the same cards, but it's ending with summer and awakening, which tells me that it's a cycle that's coming full circle, okay? Them coming out of that, okay? Refocusing, all right? Refocusing their energy, getting out of that depression, okay? So, and from what I can tell, this is going to happen by summer, okay, is what I can tell. So let's go ahead and pull, let's just pull a couple of shadows here, maybe some blocks. So Spirit, what was blocking? What was blocking this connection? Escapist. So they were escaping again. This person was refusing to purge, all right? They were refusing to purge, and, they were escaping. They were escaping from the connection altogether because they were depressed, and they didn't really want to, bring you down with them from what I can tell, because they were depressed, all right? Again, that's all now being refocused, okay? But this is what blocked is that they were escaping from the connection altogether, okay? Give me one more, Spirit. Give me one more. emptiness. Yeah, they felt empty. They felt empty because they were depressed. Okay, like I said, they were depressed, going through a dark night of the soul. So it was blocking the connection between you guys. Again, I feel like there's going to be a change in the summer. Okay, there will be a change in that, and I do feel like, this person will. This person is going to take the recognition and take the refocus, and take part of the awakening that Spirit does have for them. All right, so let me pull a few messages here for you. What does your counterpart have to say to you? This one turned over while I was shuffling. I'm going to take that one. Give me one more, Spirit, one more. I can't handle your words right now. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. Okay, so I can't handle your words right now. I still feel like this I can't handle your words right now is more of a past energy. All right, this was more of a past energy. I feel like, well, here we. It could be for presently as well, because they're not out of the woods yet. What I'm seeing is that by summer they will be out of the woods. They're not out of the woods yet. So I feel like they are still in this progression stage, okay? Still trying to come out of this. So they could be, not in communication with you, not exactly speaking with you, because they can't handle your words right now, whether that be good or whether that be bad, whether it was because something that y'all said to each other the last time you communicated, or whether it's just because they can't handle even hearing your voice right now because they're still, not out of the woods. Either way, they just, they're escaping, and, they can't handle your words at this point. And lying was easier for me than just telling you the truth. So this person understands that they've, maybe lied to you. It could also be that, they're not letting you know that they're depressed, okay? So that's part of the lying, is that they're not telling you that they're depressed and that they're going through this cycle, okay? So, and basically what they want you to know is that it's just easy for them not to tell you the truth right now, okay? That doesn't mean that they won't later. It just means that right now they're not, all right? So let's go ahead and pull some future energies. Spirit, what are the future energies for this particular group? What is future energies for this particular group? All right, so we have the Lovers. All right, this is the Twin Flame Connection card. Let me pull it up so you can see that. All right, so we have the Lovers. We have the Three of Pentacles. All right, it says collaboration. All right, and we have Seven of Pentacles, reevaluation. So here's the deal. This person, once they're able to refocus their energy, all right, once they're able to refocus their energy, again, they understand that, they still admire you and that they're still devoted to you, okay? They may be a little bit in a depression mode and going through this cycle. However, once they're out of it, once they're able to refocus, all right, by like I said, by the summer, all right, they will refocus and receive some awareness and some type of an awakening. Once they're able to do that, they're going to really gravitate towards the connection, all right? Because again, they have devotion for you. They admire you. So they're going to gravitate towards the connection, and they're actually going to want to communicate, collaborate with you, work together with you, okay? They're going to want to work together with you. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. Why? Because that refocus that we saw, this Seven of Pentacles says reevaluation. They're going to use that refocus to reevaluate, and it's going to bring them back to you, okay? It's going to bring them back to the connection. The lovers, twin flame connection is what it says. It's going to bring them back towards you, collaborate with you, because they are re-evolved, okay? So future energies, they will gravitate towards the twin flame connection. They will understand that, you know, there is something pulling them towards you. That's part of the awakening as well. That awakening is going to, you know, make them gravitate towards you, want to collaborate with you, because they have, you know, re-evolved. So that's beautiful. Future energies looks good. I really feel like this person, you know, is, you know, understanding that, you know, they're needing to get out of this depression. They're needing to get out of that dark night of the soul, and they're needing to refocus, re-evolve. That will eventually bring them closer to you, closer to the connection, okay? And it does look like they will be collaborating with you in the future. So let me just go ahead and pull some final oracles here. All right, so the first card that fell out is soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So spirit is saying that, you know, this person is already with you in spirit, and just manifest them in and you will see it in the physical world, which I am really seeing through this, okay? For some of you, when summer comes, this connection will come together, all right? And then you have look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel, examine what is causing you to feel this way. So I feel like with this oracle, I feel like this is basically what the counterpart is doing, the one who is depressed. Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. I feel like that's what they're doing, all right? I feel like that's why this card came up. I feel like it's this, you know, what this card actually says is what they're doing. It's part of that, you know, evolution, evolving, recognizing and refocusing, okay? They've looked inside themselves, okay? They've looked inside themselves and they have examined what was keeping them from the connection, and they're refocusing that, okay? Again, they understand that they admire you and they have an admiration. Well, they admire you and they have devotion for you because this is a twin flame connection, okay, for you and this person. And this person is understanding that, you know, there is a connection that is gravitating them towards you. So, that's what they've examined, all right? That's what they have seen inside themselves. So anyways, those are your cards for this week. If any of that resonates, please let me know. And if you have questions, I have answers, and we will talk to you on the next one. Bye.